Hi students, welcome back to Alphos e-learning YouTube class for MSET. Okay. So yesterday we learned about the concept of subtraction of vectors and parallelogram of addition of vectors also. Today I have to explain the problems which are related to subtraction of vectors and parallelogram of addition of vectors. Okay. That's why please all of you students please follow with me and write the notes, fair notes along with me. Okay, with paper and pen. Now write down the first problem. Based on the subtraction of vectors, I have to explain first. After that, I have to go with parallelogram of addition of vectors also. Now, please write down the question. Actually, a particle is moving. A particle is moving eastward. A particle is moving eastward with a velocity 5 meter per second. 5 meter per second. In 10 seconds, its velocity changes to 5 meter per second. 5 meter per second northwards. Okay. Find the average. Find the average acceleration. Find the average acceleration of the particle in this time. Okay, so this is the actual question. That means it is related to the concept of subtraction of vectors. That means change in velocity. Why? Because that's the average acceleration. The average acceleration which is related to the change in velocity means, let us say. So before going to the solution, I have to draw one diagram based on the geographical signs of the Earth. Now listen carefully. This is east, this is north, so this is nothing but west, and this is south. We know already as per our basics. Now listen carefully. Initially the particle is moving eastward with how much velocity? 5 meter per second, right? Now it can be taken as, let us say, v1 is equal to 5 meter per second. That means here v1 can be taken as initial velocity. After that, what happens? After some time, nothing but 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, its velocity changes to again 5 meter per second northward, not eastward. Not eastward, it is moving along northward. Means, let us say v2. This is the final velocity I am taking, 5 meter per second along northward. So, as per our knowledge, acceleration is equal to, what is the formula? Please tell me. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity. Means, generally v bar minus u bar by t. That it can be written as v bar means here final velocity I am taking v2. That's why here I am taking v2 bar minus v1 bar by t. v2 bar minus v1 bar by t. That means subtraction of vectors is not directly possible. That means here what I am doing is, that means you cannot find the subtraction of vectors directly. That's why what I am doing, just I am taking it in this way. v2 bar plus means the algebraic sum of two vectors with negative vector of v1 means sum of v2 bar with negative of v1. So both are same result. Is it correct or not? So as per this formula, now what I am doing is, listen carefully. That means in this formula minus v1 represents, actually v1 represents 5 meter per second towards east, but minus v1, negative vector of this one means the particle is trying to move along west with how much velocity? 5 meter per second. That means one particle which is along west and another particle means the particle which is moving along y direction, means along north. Means what is the resultant here? So this is the resultant. Means average acceleration is in the direction of northwest direction. This is okay. Now listen carefully. Here I have to find the values. Means v2 means how much it is? 5 into j cap. Here magnitude 5 in the direction of north means positive y axis. That means here I am taking 5 j cap minus v1 means 5 I cap. That means minus v1 means minus 5 I cap along west. By t means how much it is? 10 only. That means by common 5 in the numerator, how much it is? Yeah, j cap minus I cap by 10. That means it becomes j cap minus I cap by 2. This is the average acceleration vector. Okay, average acceleration vector. This is the average acceleration vector. Now, what is the magnitude of average acceleration? Please tell me. 1 by 2 is constant. And this, what is the magnitude of this one? Root of 1 square minus 1 whole square plus again 1 square. That means you know how much it is? Root 2 by 2. That means 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 meter per second square. Meter per second square. It is towards how much it is? What is the direction of this one? Towards northwest. Towards northwest in this direction. Okay. So this is the direction of average acceleration as per this formula. That means according to the given data, the particle is trying to move along eastward with the initial velocity 5 meter per second. After some time, its direction is changes to northward with how much velocity? 5 meter per second. So as per the average acceleration formula, average acceleration is equal to v bar minus u bar by t. So v bar means, let us say final velocity can be treated as v2 here minus v1 bar. So as per the vector subtraction, nothing but the addition of v2 bar with negative vector of v1 bar as per the vector subtraction concept. Now it can be written like this, means v2 means 5j cap plus minus v1 means minus 5a cap by 10. So after manipulation, what is the average acceleration magnitude here? 1 by root 2 meter per second square, which is towards northwest direction. Northwest direction. So this is the example for subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vectors, nothing but change in velocity. Okay. Now, so after this one, I have to discuss about the another problem based on the subtraction of vectors as well as parallelogram of addition of vectors also. Right. Now, please write the another question. So these concepts are very important. Means change in velocity and relative velocity, or change in momentum, all are very important in further topics like kinematics and laws of motion. Okay. So that means this is the vectors is the basic idea. Basics. Vectors is the basis, nothing but the foundation of all chapters. Okay. In first year and second year also. Now I have to go with the next problem. Please write down all of you. Second problem. Problem number 2. Right. Now I am taking the sum of two vectors. Write down all of you. The sum of two vectors. The sum of two vectors is also a vector. The sum of two vectors is also a vector of unit magnitude. Of unit magnitude. Of unit magnitude. Full stop. Find the magnitude of. Find the magnitude of the difference. Find the magnitude of difference of the two unit vectors. So please all of you follow with me. These problems are very important. What I am giving in this question is the sum of two vectors is also a vector. I am taking the vectors of unit magnitude. That means suppose before going to that solution, what I am taking, the sum of two unit vectors is also a vector of unit magnitude. Means resultant of two vectors also a vector with unit magnitude means magnitude 1. Now find the magnitude of difference of two unit vectors. Difference of two unit vectors. In order to find the difference of two unit vectors means first we have to find the angle between the first two vectors. Let us say here what I am taking is, listen carefully. Now before going to the solution I am taking the two vectors. Let us say P bar and Q bar are any two vectors, means the magnitudes of two vectors is how much as per the question? 1. As per the question 1. And the resultant of these two vectors also having the magnitude how much? 1. That means here R bar also 1. Magnitude of R bar also 1 as per the question. Okay. From the first condition. Means what is the R is equal to? Suppose the two vectors which are equal. For equal vectors, means what is the resultant of two vectors? Means as per the condition from the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. We already discussed about the two vectors are equal magnitude. The two vectors are equal magnitude. What is the resultant? It becomes 2p cos theta by 2. 2p cos theta by 2. That means what is the value of r here? The magnitude of r already given by 1. Means 1 is equal to 2 into magnitude of either vectors is nothing but 1 into cos of theta by 2. Okay? That means what about this value? Cos of theta by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. That means what about this value? Theta by 2 is equal, if cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 means theta by 2 is equal to how much? 60 degrees. Is it correct or not? That implies. What about the value of theta? That means the angle between the two vectors in this case is nothing but 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Right? Now, so this is the angle between the two vectors having unit magnitude. Means the angle between the two vectors P1 and Q1 is nothing but 120 degrees. Okay, after manipulating the first condition. Now, what is the magnitude of this difference of two unit vectors? Magnitude of difference of two unit vectors means again I am taking magnitude of r bar is equal to under root of. Means what the value here? As per the equation, difference of two unit vector means magnitude of p bar minus q bar. Right? Now, as per this condition, root of. As per the subtraction of vectors, p square plus q square minus 2pq cos theta. Okay? By substituting the values, means we know already the magnitude of p and q is nothing but 1. That's why here 1 plus 1 minus 2 into again 1 into cos of 120. Okay, clear? Now that is equal to how much it is? 1 plus 1 minus 2 into cos 120 how much as per the trigonometry? Minus 1 by 2. Cos 120 nothing but cos 120 is equal to cos of 90 plus 30. Cos 90 plus theta minus sin theta. Means minus sin 30, that means minus 1 by 2, because sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. Okay, so that means cos 120 is equal to how much? Minus 1 by 2. So after substituting means after cancelling how much? 1 plus 1 plus minus of minus 1 means 1. That means root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is equal to how much? This is root 3. Root 3. So the magnitude of difference of two unit vectors is nothing but how much it is? Root 3 units. Root 3 units. Okay. So this is the method to find the magnitude of subtraction or resultant of subtraction of two vectors as from the first condition. Means the sum of two unit vectors is also a vector of unit magnitude. Vector of unit magnitude. This is simply we know, not require this total solvation. This can be discussed as per the sixth concept. Means in the parallelogram law of addition of vectors means what is the condition? The magnitude of either vectors which are equal to the resultant of these two vectors. Means what about the theta value? Directly 120, we know already. It is given in the last class only. Okay? Right. So this is the second problem based on the addition and subtraction of vectors as from the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. Right? Now, so after that I am going to the next problem. So based on the resultant of two vectors, I think what the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. So please listen all of you. And all of you try to solve this problem along with me, because we know already the total concepts. These are completed on last classes. Okay. Now third problem. I am going to the third problem. Problem number 3. Now what I am giving is the resultant of two forces. The resultant of two forces. Resultant of two forces, 2p and root 2 into p is root 10 into p. Find the angle between the vectors. Find the angle between the vectors. Now listen carefully. So here what I am giving is the resultant of two forces, like 2p is one force and root 2p is the one force. Resultant of these two forces is nothing but root 10 into p. Root 10 into p. How to find the angle between these two vectors means we had one method, that is nothing but the according to parallelogram law of addition of vectors. If any two forces like two vectors which are inclined by certain angle means what is the formula here? Resultant is equal to generally root of p square plus q square again plus 2pq cos theta. Okay, here squaring on both sides means r square is equal to how much? P square plus q square plus again 2pq cos theta, right? Now here what I am doing is r square nothing but what is I am giving, resultant is nothing but root 10. Root 10 into p whole square, which is equal to how much it is? 2p whole square plus root 2 into p whole square plus again yes 2p into root 2 into p into cos theta. Okay. Now root 10p whole square means 10p square, which is equal to 4p square plus 2p square plus again 2 into 2p 4p into root 2p means 4 root 2p square into cos theta, right? Now here this is 6p square. So 10p square minus 6p square how much? Nothing but 4p square. 4p square is equal to how much it is? 4 root 2 into p square into cos theta. Now according to this 4p square, 4 into p square, both will cancel together. That means what is the cos theta value here? 1 by root 2. If cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2 means what about the theta? Theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by root 2. That is equal to how much it is? 45 degrees. Why? Because if cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2 means what is the angle? What is the angle? Cos theta is equal to 1 by root 2 means theta is equal to 45 because cos 45 is equal to how much? 1 by root 2, right? So this is the method to find the angle between the two vectors as from the given data. Is it clear? Right. Please write down this one. After that I am going to the next problem. So in vectors, based on the parallelogram law of addition of vectors, the problems are very easy to solve when you have the clear idea about that question. First of all, you should know about the clear data, means clear idea about that question. So without understanding the question means you cannot solve this question. Okay, right. Now the problem number 4. Next one. Write down this one. The greatest and least resultant of two forces acting at a point are 29 kg weight, 5 kg weight respectively. We start. If each force is increased by 3 kg weight, then find the magnitude of resultant of new forces acting at right angles to each other. So this is the question. So listen carefully. Here what I am giving is the greatest and least resultant of forces acting at a point which are given by 29 and 5. According to concept of parallelogram law of addition of vectors, what is the maximum resultant and minimum resultant of two forces? So maximum resultant of two forces means we know already as from the concept only. So please tell me, suppose if the two forces, like I am taking P and Q are the two forces, then means what is the R maximum is equal to P plus Q. That is equal to how much it is? 29. Least resultant of force how much? Let us say R minimum is equal to P minus Q, which is equal to how much it is? 5 only. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Okay. So according to this first condition, I am getting the two equations like P plus Q is equal to 29, P minus Q is equal to 5. Okay. Now what I am doing is, by taking these two equations, I have to find the values of individual values of P and Q. Means let us say from two equations, let us say I think 1 plus 2. By taking 1 plus 2, how much it is? Plus Q minus Q, both will cancel together. 2P is equal to how much? 34. 29 plus 5, 34. P is equal to how much? 17 kg weight. Okay, this is the P value I am getting from the according to the given condition only. Now by subtracting 1 minus 2, how much it is? 1 minus 2, how much? Please tell me. So P minus P, both will cancel together. Q minus of minus 2 means 2Q. P is equal to how much? 24. That means Q is equal to how much? 12 kg weight or newtons. Kg weight, right. Now I got the individual forces like P and Q according to the given data. Now what is the second condition here? If each force is increased by 3 kg weight, that means each and every force P and Q which are increased with 3 kg weight. Now after that, the magnitude of, find the magnitude of resultant of new forces. New forces means let us become taken as P dash. P dash is equal to how much? P plus 3 kg weight means how much it is? 17 plus 3. It becomes 20 kg weight. Okay, and Q dash is equal to how much it is? Q dash is equal to Q plus 3. That means how much it is? 12 plus 3. That means 15 kg weight. Okay, these are the new forces acting on the two particles. Means greatest and least resultant of two forces acting at a point means I have to find that conditions about it. P is equal to 7 newtons and Q is equal to 12 kg weight. 17 kg weight and 12 kg weight. According to the second condition, each force is increased by 3 kg weight. Then find the magnitude of resultant of two forces means what are the new forces here? 20 kg weight and 15 kg weight. If these two are perpendicular, what is the meaning of R is equal to root of P dash square plus Q dash square. Means what is the answer here? Please tell me. Yeah, the root of 20 square plus 15 square means what is the answer here? Root of 400 plus 225. Root of 400 plus 225. That means root of 625. So what means what is the answer here? That is equal to 25 kg weight. 25 kg weight. That means in that question from the first condition I have to find the individual forces acting on the particle P and Q. According to the second condition, each force is increased by 3 means the new forces are like 20 kg weight and 15 kg weight or newtons. Now according to the third condition, I have to find the magnitude of resultant of new forces acting at right angles. Right angles means perpendicular. Means R dash is equal to R is equal to root of P dash square plus Q dash square plus 2 P dash into Q dash into cos 90. Cos 90 function 0. That means if the two vectors are perpendicular, means this is the resultant. Okay. Now in that resultant, you have to substitute these values after manipulating by solving how much it is? 25 kg weight. 25 kg weight. So this is the answer. Okay. So this is the fourth problem, and I have to give another problem based on this parallelogram of addition of vectors also. Suppose I am giving one problem based on the parallelogram of addition of vectors only, then you have to try to solve this question. Okay. So please all of you, this is a very important problem. This is problem number 5 or 6, okay, whatever may be the number. Okay, fifth problem only. Right, okay. So what is the fifth problem means? If the two forces F1, F2 are acting at a point whose resultant is F. Okay, this is the first condition. And the second condition, if F2 is also double, F is double, F2 is double, then F is also doubled. Okay, full stop. And third condition is if F2 is reversed, F2 is reversed, then also F is doubled. F is doubled. Full stop. Find the ratio. Find the ratio. F1 is to F2 is to F. So this is the question I am giving. Means if the two forces, listen carefully, if the two forces F1, F2, which are acting at a point, whose resultant is F, that means the two forces which are acting at a point means we know already according to the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. Listen carefully, all of you. I am giving this question, this condition as per the data. Means if the two forces which are acting at a point, the resultant is F. Means what is the formula actually as per the resultant of, means parallelogram law of addition of vectors, R is equal to root of V square plus 2PQ cos theta. So as per this resultant between the two vectors, now we have to substitute this. In place of resultant force is nothing but F, means F square is equal to like F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta. Equation number 1. Okay, this is the first condition as per the given data. Now what is the second condition is if F2 is doubled, F also doubled. Okay. Now listen carefully, F2 is doubled, F also doubled. Means what is the formula here? Means the second condition. That means in this equation we have to substitute F2 is doubled, means F also doubled. Means let us say 2F whole square is equal to F1 square plus 2F2 whole square plus again 2 into F1 into 2F2 into cos theta. Then what is the formula here? Means let us say this equation which is modified into 4F square is equal to, yes, F1 square plus 4F2 square plus 4F1 F2 cos theta. Equation number 2. As per the second condition only I have to write this equation. Now what is the third condition here? F2 is reversed. Means you have to take the minus F2 in place of F2 because it is reversed. Means negative vector. Then also F is doubled. Means F2 is nothing but the negative vector. F also doubled. Means according to the condition, what is this equation? 2F square is equal to again F1 square plus minus F2 whole square plus again how much it is? This equation, first equation, 2 into F1 into minus F2 into again cos theta. That means this equation which is modified by 4F square is equal to F1 square plus again minus F2 means plus F2 minus of how much it is? 2 F1 F2 cos theta. Equation number 3. So by solving these three equations, you got the values of individual values of F1 and F2. Now listen carefully. What I am taking, let us say, if you know the equation number 1 and 2, here minus 2 F1 F2 cos theta, here plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. That means I can add these equations directly. Means 1 plus 2. That implies how much it is? On RHS means LHS, F square plus 4F square, nothing but 5F square, which is equal to how much it is? F1 square plus F1 square. Again 2F1 square, this is plus 2F2 square. Okay, this is equation number 4. Here remaining factors are cancelled together. 2F1 F2 cos theta minus 2F1 F2 cos theta. Both are cancelled together by adding this equation number 1 and 3. Okay. Now after that, what I am doing here, listen carefully. 4F square is equal to third equation F1 square plus F2 square minus 2F1 F2 cos theta there. So according to the second equation here plus 4F1 F2 cos theta. In order to cancel these two terms means I have to multiply with the third equation means 2 into equation number 3 plus equation number 4. That implies how much it is? 2 into equation number 3 means how much it is? Yeah, that means 2 into equation number 3 means this is becomes 4F1 F2 cos theta. By adding these two, both will cancel together. Now this is 2F1 square plus 2F2 square. By adding this one, how much it is? Yeah, this one 8F square plus that means 12F square. By adding these equations, how much I am getting? Please tell me. 2F1 square plus F1 square, 3F1 square. Again plus this is 2F2 square plus 4F2 square. Nothing but 6 f2 square. Equation number how much it is? 5. So I am getting this equation number 4 and 5. So by taking these two equations, I have to find the values of f1 and f2 in terms of f only. That means how to find this one? How to solve? That means you have to take this is 6f2 square. This is 2f2 square. Means that means 3 into equation number 4 minus 5. How much it is? 3 into equation number 4 means 15f square. Okay. 3 into 5, 15f1 square is equal to how much it is? 6f1 square plus 6f2 square. This is the equation number 4. And subtract this one. This means 12f square. That is equal to how much it is? 3f1 square plus 6f2 square. So by subtracting both equations, these two are cancelled together. Means here how much it is? On RHS 3f1 square, on LHS 3f square. 3 gets cancelled, means f1 is equal to how much? F only. f1 is equal to f. That means I am taking another equation. For example, you have to take any equation means again 12f square is equal by taking this equation 3f square, because f1 is equal to nothing but f plus 6f2 square. Means how much it is? 9f square is equal to 6f2 square. Is it clear? Now f2 is equal to how much it is? Please tell me. f2 square is equal to root of, or f2 is equal to root of 9 by 6 into f. That means this can be written as root of 3 by 2 into f. Therefore, what is the value here? f1 is to f2 is to f, which is equal to f is to, yes, f2 means root of 3 by 2 f is to f. F can cancel. That means by taking this LCM, means what is the answer here? Root 2 is to root 3 is to root 2. This is the final answer. Okay. So that means from this question only, about the first condition I am getting the equation number 1. About the second condition I am getting the equation number 2 as per the condition. About the third condition, I have to take this equation number 3. By manipulating these three equations as per your convenience. Okay. Then you got the values of f1 is equal to how much? F, and f2 is equal to how much it is? f2 is equal to root 3 by 2f. So by taking this ratio, means f1 is to f2 is to f, means f is to root 3 by 2, f is to f. So by cancelling, root 2 is to root 3 is to root 2. So this is the solution. Okay. So this is very important formula. Okay. Right. Thank you very much.